the show. Today, I'm starting us off with a stick-to-your-ribs recipe that is perfect on a cold winter day. And it's easy enough to make any night of the week for your family, but also like old school fancy enough for company. We are making my classic pot roast. It is so good and it's super simple to throw together. So the first thing right over here, I have got a roast in a pan that I've been browning for about 3 to 5 minutes per side. Now, before I added it into that pan over about medium-high heat, I seasoned it up with a little bit of flour with some seasoning in it. So in addition to some flour, I added in some garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and some smoked paprika just to build some flavor onto that delicious roast. Then I seared that off just until golden brown, and I'm using a chuck or a sirloin roast. This is a sirloin tip roast. Usually you wanna go for like a nice affordable roast when you're doing a pot roast. You want it to be something that takes a long time to cook up. It's gonna get nice and tender as it cooks in the oven, and saving money is always a good thing. I feel like we got lightning going on today. This is so exciting. Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Now I just gotta get this baby out of this pan. This is the only tricky part of this recipe, because this baby weighs about 1.5 kilos. It's a big roast. This is gonna give you delicious food and delicious leftovers, which are always a good thing on a cold night. So I'm just gonna set that roast aside. And do you see this pan? In the bottom of this pan, there's all these little golden brown bits, this lovely little flavor. So I'm gonna add some vegetables into there to bring things up. Because the best part about pot roast is it's a one-pot meal. Less dishes, ugh, what a delight. Nobody likes doing dishes, so we're gonna save that for you. So we need 2 yellow onions, and I'm just gonna chop those into about like 6 wedges each. You want them to be nice and chunky, because basically when you're doing a pot roast, you are braising something. You're taking a tougher cut of meat, some tougher, heartier vegetables, and you're cooking them nice and slowly and low to give them tenderness and give them flavor. So just chop that onion up. And then I've got some carrots. You want about 4 carrots for this baby. If you had parsnips, chuck them in. A little bit of celery, honestly, not the worst thing in the world. Fennel, ooh, very Italian. Go for it. But I'm sticking with the classic carrots and onion. So just cut those into some just big chunks. And I'm gonna add all those veg on into that pan. So I've got some onion here as well that I've chopped up earlier. Add that on in, and I'm gonna turn that heat down to about medium. So those carrots are gonna go in too, and basically as soon as these vegetables hit the heat of that pan, it's gonna kind of start to steam and lift the like golden brownness off the bottom of this pan. So give that a bit of a stir. I'm gonna season that up with some salt and pepper. Anytime you're cooking, you always want to salt and season as you go, because basically that's not going to make your dish taste salty. It's just going to help everything cook up and taste more like itself, which is a total dream. If I were to like not season anything and season it all at the end, it would taste like a salt bomb, and you don't want a salt bomb. For various reasons, flavor, but also blood pressure. Nobody wants that. All right, give that a good stir up just to get that off the bottom. And since I promised you a one-pot meal, we need to add some starch, because like dinner's not dinner without some starch, in my opinion. So I have got 450 grams of baby potatoes here. That's just like a classic bag of baby potatoes. If you wanted to, you could also use like bigger potatoes, just cut into smaller chunks. Add those on into the mix too. Again, give that a stir. I don't know if you guys can smell this, but like it's pretty good in here. It's always very strange. It's bright and early in the morning, and it smells like pot roast. Not the worst thing in the world. All right, so a little bit of that color and that golden brownness is kind of getting lifted off the bottom of the pan, but I want that to cook down for about 3 to 5 minutes. While that does its thing, I'm gonna chop up some garlic. So for this recipe, I usually call for about 3 cloves of garlic, but these are truly massive. So I'm gonna stick with 2, because like, look at the size of this garlic. It's like the size of my palm. So I'm just gonna slice those up really thinly. If you wanted to, you could totally mince your garlic, but I really like sliced garlic in pot roast because it's gonna cook for a long time. So you're gonna get nice, sweet, delicious garlic flavor. All right? Seriously, those are the biggest garlic cloves in the world. Feel like we just found elephant garlic in the grocery store. All right, now I'm gonna add that on into the pot, as well as a little bit of some herbs. So you could throw in rosemary, you could add some sage. I'm gonna go with fresh thyme. You want about 4 sprigs of thyme, but I'm just using this like kind of nice, fresher little bit, so I'm just gonna give it a bit of a haircut. And then stems and all, chuck them right on in. Any leaves that fall off, good to go. All of those little sprigs, I'm gonna pull those out before serving, and it's gonna be delish. So again, give that a little bit of a stir. And now I wanna deglaze this pan. So all of this like don't know if you can see it, that golden brown stuff stuck on the bottom. That is flavor. That is so tasty. So I wanna lift that off the bottom of the pan. And to do that, I'm gonna chuck some wine in there, because why not? Right? It's a good thing. Is it Wednesday? It's Wine Wednesday. Yeah. All right, so I need about half of a cup of dry red wine. I don't want to use anything too juicy or berry-y, because I just don't think that would be great, but a dry red, perfect. So about half a cup of that goes into the pot. And that's gonna kind of shake all of that flavor off the bottom of the pan and start bringing everything together. Now into there, I'm also gonna add the classic ingredient, this stuff. Worcestershire sauce. You know the stuff, it's in your pantry, it's probably been there forever. You use it for a Caesar, delish, but you could also use it in your pot roast. So I need about 2 tablespoons of that, so just give that a good old shake in. This is a good way to use this stuff up, because again, if you're like me, you always think you're out of it, and then you have 8 bottles. And you're like, what am I gonna do with this? All right, give that a bit of a stir. And now into there, I'm gonna add that roast back on in. So just grab that baby, any juices that have collected, just pop those in too. Already that looks glorious. And then to braise this baby, what I wanna do is add in enough beef broth or beef stock to come about halfway up the side of that roast. That should take about 2.5 to 3 cups. Because basically when you're braising, you want a little bit of that roast covered, but then you want some of it out, because basically what's gonna happen is you're gonna get that steam convection heat. It's gonna make everything beautiful and tender, but you're gonna maintain that golden brown flavor that we worked on. So now I'm just gonna pop a lid on that, and this baby needs to go into my 325-degree oven for 3 to 3.5 hours, which is a long time, but guess what? You get to do whatever you want during those 3.5 hours. Making my classic pot roast for you today. It is cozy, it is so good, and it's been cooking away for about 3.5 hours. Now, I've set it aside for about 10 minutes, because just like any sort of meat that you're cooking, you wanna give it like a little bit of a breather once it comes out of the oven. It's like the exact opposite of when you go outside and you're like shoveling snow, and you come in and you can't feel anything, and you're just like this. That little bit of relaxing just lets that meat do this, and it's gonna be tender and delish. And yes, I know this looks ridiculous, but I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so now we're gonna reveal this baby. Let's take a gander at this beautiful pot roast. Ooh! I just had a light pot roast facial, and I'm very excited about it. That looks beautiful. So now to serve this, all I wanna do is just transfer that pot roast onto a platter. If you want to, you could also just serve it out of the pot. It is pot roast after all, but I'm gonna make it into a plate roast. There you go. All right, just pop that baby right on over. Hopefully not making a mess like I'm doing. And then you just wanna spoon some of those delicious potatoes, carrots, onions, and everything over. Again, get rid of those little sprigs of thyme. And that, to me, looks like a feast. It feels very old school. You know how like people used to be like, oh, you have your boss over for dinner. I don't know if people do that really anymore. I don't know why. I mean, dinner's always a good thing. But it's so delicious, perfect for a weeknight, and you are good to go. You keep that gravy, that beautiful thick sauce to serve alongside, and it's a total dream. Now, if you want to, you can kind of like pull this baby apart. Like, look, oh, somebody's here. Come in. Corey is here. Hello, everybody. Corey.
Hi.
You're a little bit early. Your segment's later in the show.
I am a bit early, but I come bearing gifts.
Oh, okay.
You know, I just couldn't wait.
Okay, did you bring a gift just for me?
I brought a gift for everyone.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. Sweet of you. So what did you bring today, Corey?
Well, this time of the year, our wallets are literally wearing thin, right?
Yeah.
So today, everyone is getting this gorgeous wallet from a...
Oh my gosh, that's stunning.
Yeah. And also, everyone is also going home with a $100 gift card to shop the rest.
Corey!
Right?
Oh man, you do.
Not too bad.
That is not too shabby. Thank you so much,
You're
Corey.
very welcome.
I like that you bring a wallet with things in it to gift.
Yeah.
That's the key. That's why you know what you're doing.
I just gave someone an empty wallet.
No, and you gave us all a wallet. So would you like it to taste this pot roast?
That smells so good.
I mean, okay, cool. So you just pull it apart. Look at that beautiful pot roast. I'll let you dig on into that. This plate, I underestimated how quickly I could dole this up. So we got a big plate for a little pot roast, and we're good to go. How's that tasting? Right?
Wow.
Not too shabs?
I could eat the whole thing.
There you go, perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, you got to stick around because it's going to be amazing. And when we come back, you're going to do some fashion. But if you are watching at home and you'd like a chance to win, just go to thegoodstuff.ca to enter our online contest. And be sure to follow us on our social media platforms for bonus entries. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of The Good Stuff.